Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be putting on the ZL1 Addons rock guards for the 2018 Scat pack. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be putting on the ZL1 Addons rock guards for the 2018 Scat pack. Alright, so what you're going to need for this is you're going to either need a screwdriver, a flathead, or a tool meant to pop the clips out inside of the wheel well to put these on. Make sure you save the clips, because as you can see there's a couple holes here that you're actually going to be reusing those. You're going to want some wax and grease remover to just kind of clean up the surface, because it has some 3M tape that we're going to want to make sure is on a clean surface to stick on better. So just use a cloth, right here we have a microfiber towel to use that. See, here's a little bit of a closer up. See how it's kind of dirty, you just want to clean it, and here's some of those clips that you're going to have to pop out. So have a bucket ready and clean it. Use something like a wax and grease remover. Clean all the wheel well. Just make sure it's clean.
We're gonna clean the wheel wells up now, and then put the wax and grease remover on there. Remember, when we use that wax and grease remover, we're gonna let it flash for like 15 minutes before we apply the guards, and so we make sure it's all flashed up and dry. So if you use it, make sure you flash it up. Anytime you use that product, let it flash for a little bit. So the kid's gonna make me work, so I'll get to work and he can hold the camera.
Alright, so right now we're just kind of washing out the wheel well, making sure it's at least decently clean for the wax and grease remover.
Yeah, make sure we get it clean, so a clean surface. You don't want that tape sitting on a dirty surface. And then now, at least that way for protecting, we got a clean surface. Now we're gonna do all three, rest of the three. So we'll get back with you next step. I'm gonna do the wax and grease remover. This is the Summit brand. You can use any brand. You can get it at AutoZone. You can get a different brand. I had this when I painted one of our cars that we had. So we're gonna get in here and clean this up. So we're not gonna have no wax in here, or grease. Go all the way up. I'm gonna get some of the wheel well. So see what I mean? How it looks wet. Now we're gonna let it flash for a little bit. So we'll make sure that tape sticks to it real good. I'm gonna go do the back. Same thing. Another thing, I'm using a cheap Microsoft towel that I got pack from Harbor Freight, and those are perfect for stuff like this. You know, I know I'm not gonna scratch the painted surface, and you can use these for, instead of using your good ones that you use for wax. Get in here real good. I'll get up here just in case. So look how nice and clean that looks. Look at that. Okay, now I'll get the other one.
Just make sure you clean your surface before actually putting this on. Make sure you kind of at least wash off most of the dirt. We'll keep it cleaner. Alright, so we put tape on our tool to pop out the pins because we didn't want to scratch the paint or anything. And when taking these out, make sure you guys remember kind of what order these go in, because they are different sizes.
One of them is longer. You gotta get in here. You gotta take this top part first. Kind of go slow. And use your hand to get it out like that, so you can get your tool in there. Try not to, so you don't scratch it and it pops out. That's the long one that goes in here. The rest are pretty much the same size. You can see that one. So the long one would go, I'd say, second hole. And we got one way in the back. And you can probably use your hand too and pull them out. That's the bottom one, so put it over here. And we got one more up here for the top, and these are for the fronts. There you go. And that's your top. Alright, let's get the part and put it on. We're going to just test fit it. It's going to go something like that before we even take tape off. then what we're going to do is we're going to start taking the tape off right here just a little bit. If I can get it. And what we're going to do is we're going to set it up. We're going to put one of the pins in first here. And then we're going to put the pin on the top, kind of line it up. And then we'll start taking the tape off. So let me line that up. Because I already did the passenger side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one through this hole first. So it's going to hold everything in place for us. That one in there to hold it in place. And then we still got part of our tape. And then we're going to want to push down on it so we can line up this other hole right here. This is our top clip. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the top clip on next. Right there. There, it's nice and snug. It's in there, so we already have the tape. And now I'm going to start pulling the tape. You can move it. You're going to move, push it in a little bit, and then you can right there. Now, right now, I'm going to leave it right here. I'm going to get the other pins in. If you guys can see that, I'm going to put this pin in here. That's where it goes. Sometimes they give you a hard time want to pop out, so I might have to do this one a couple times and find the right spot for it. That's what happened on the passenger side. Just had to keep putting this pin in and just find that right spot where you can get it to lock. It might take a little bit. There, I got it. The passenger side gave us a hard time trying to find that one spot. It probably took, I think, maybe over 5 minutes to try to get that spot. And then we got one more. We're gonna go over here. Got it lined up pretty good. And then push it in there. Oh, that popped out. See that? So we just have to keep messing with this one. Yeah, same one on the other side. Just gave a hard time right here. It just seemed like it always wanted to pop out. Just have to keep trying to get the exact spot that it had in factory. Oh, see, it popped out. Yep, we'll just keep messing with this. We'll get this so you guys will know doing it. They may give you a hard time. Just keep turning them around to get that spot. I'll finish taking this tape off. Just pull it and then push it in there. Hold it for a little bit. Make sure it grabs. Got one more plug to put in. This is the one that's giving me a hard time. Alright, that's on there. Just keep trying to get this on here and then we'll do the back. And most likely you guys installing these, you're going to have the same problem, probably with the same one. This passenger side was the same way. It took a while to find that spot. It's like the wheel well's trying to push it out, and it just will not grab. Maybe right there. Nope. So you can take it out by your hand. Just gotta keep messing with it. I'll be back in a few minutes. I've been working on this for a while to get this one in here. I had the same problem on the passenger side. It took forever to get that one in here. This one just will not go in. And what it seems like it's doing is pushing the wheel well away from it. It will not lock into the hole in there. Tried using a small screwdriver. It just seems there's no way of grabbing the wheel well and pushing it back in here. I mean, it's just not. If you guys had any problems with installing these, let me know. What trick did you guys use to get this in here? Because it just is not, it's not going in. I mean, you'll be here all day trying to mess with this. You can see where it's pushing. I tried putting my hand in there underneath to try to push back at it. It's just nothing. Maybe that got it. No, see, it just keeps popping out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put one of these in. And good thing you save stuff like this. So it basically pretty much kind of matches. So put it in there. Same thing if you ever got to take it off. Just use the tool like this to put it on here. So let's see if this works. That's not catching either. That's not. See, everything's pushing this wheel well. Right. With that one I had, I got it. It's locked in there. It did push the wheel well a little bit. Might have to jack the car up, maybe see if I can get my hand in here and push this wheel well out, and that's the problem. So, all right, now it's time to do the back. But it's sturdy. It's not going nowhere. The rear one on the driver's side, we just got to take the bottom clip right here, just 2 for the back. Watch the bottom. Be careful not to get that paint. There we go. No, it's just the two. Yeah, this one just has two. We leave that one on. We're just gonna do this one and that one. So it's gonna go like this. All right, now we're gonna line this up. Just do a test run before take tape. And pretty much right there and there. And then this one we're gonna be taking a tape completely off and then we're gonna put it on there. Get tape off. Yeah, it kind of bums me out, that one clip on the driver's side. Just I could not get it, and I had to use that aftermarket one. I might jack the car up one day and try to really get it. So basically, I want to line this up. Oops. Let's say a little bit below. Gonna line it up below this one, this clip. That's the best way to do it. And then get your thing in here, kind of line it up before you press the tape on. So let's put these clips back in. Hopefully we don't have no problems. There we go. There we go. It's locked in. Do the bottom one, and then push it in a little bit. I'm gonna leave it off a little bit. I'm gonna line this up. So now I'm gonna really push this in and get that tape on it stick. There you go. It's sticking good. Everything looks like it's lined up pretty good. You can see it right here. It's lined up nice. Now I'm gonna go ahead and push the last clip in, and then make sure it's nice and snug. Just push it in. Make sure it's sticking. Got to really press right here because it's popping. You can see it. Tape's kind of sticking out a little bit. Just hold it for a minute or so. Yeah, it pops out. Or you can get a block of wood and kind of like stick it in your tire to here and let it hold it in place for a couple minutes. And that'll work too to get this tape to really stick. It's starting to grab. Yeah, a little bit. Press in on it. Go. All right, let's look at the results. What do you guys think? Pretty good? Front, rear, with this nasty cardboard. Looks good. How's that pop up? Yeah, looks good. Yeah, just bummed out about this one right here. I had to use the one I had instead of factory one. I just could not get it. I mean, I tried for like 30 minutes trying to get that on there. It just would not go. I'm thinking maybe jacking the car up when I take the wheels off to clean, and then take this plastic piece off and see if I can get my hand in there to put the original one back on. But you can't tell. What do you guys think, huh? Am I kind of bummed out I couldn't use the original clip? Let's look at the passenger side. That's done with them. Like I said, with that clip, just be careful. Hopefully you guys don't have the same problem, but it is what it is. At least I figure I show the problems. Sometimes the stuff you think it's easy, I mean, it's not bad. It was easy. It's just you still run into problems for doing a simple mod like this, so what are you gonna do? They look good. I like it. That's gonna protect the paint in the bottom, and that's what's nice. How's the other side? That one's sticking up pretty good. See if we can get how they look. Here we go. Oh, the dog wants to be on YouTube. Yep, looks pretty good. See the passenger. Looks nice too. If you wanted to once a year, take them off and clean them. I'm gonna show this tip real quick. And what I did is I had the kid hold that pin, push pin in, the one that aftermarket one I had, and I'm sure you do the same thing with the original one. It's going to take two people, so have them hold that in, because what happens is the plastic wheel well pops out. So what I did is I got my flashlight, can see. And what I did is I pushed this foam all out of the way. Just be careful you don't scratch it right up. It's hard to see, but you can see the wheel well right here, and you can see in there is the pin. You're not gonna be able to see it unless I take this foam out. But what you do is you line it up in here, and you'll be able to touch the wheel well plastic, and you just push in towards the front as someone else pushes on that push pin, and you'll be able to get it in there more. So I pulled it out. All right, pulled it out a little bit. Yeah, just be a little bit more careful pulling out. But I didn't scratch it. That's a good thing. So that's a little tip on getting this pin, and you can and that pin's right below it. You can see that pin. It's just that foam's in the way. So hopefully that helps.
Guys, if you guys like the video, go ahead and like it and subscribe and hit that bell to know when we post this video, which will be pretty soon. We're going to be putting this K&N filter in the Scat Pack. This filter was actually out of our RT, so we're going to be putting that in here. So thank you guys for watching, and if you guys want to, stay tuned for this video.
ZL1 Addons rock guards. And this is the reason why you get them. Car's been driven in the rain for a couple days. Kind of helps keep that stuff off of your panels, especially the rocks. Hopefully you guys can